Okay, so When a Stranger Calls is the remake of the 1979 horror film of the same name. And what this remake does is that the it takes the first 20 minutes of the original and it extends it to a feature-length film. So that's basically what this does. The basic story is, on one side of town, a babysitter and the kids are found dead and brutally murdered, and the police finds out that the murderer used his own hands to kill the babysitter and the kids. And the shot then then we cut to Jill Johnson, who is a teenager, and she's going through a teenager crisis like what we all go through. Her boyfriend is cheating on her with her best friend, and she goes over 800 minutes on her cell phone, for which her dad has her babysit to pay off the debt. And this causes Jill to miss out on a school bonfire with her friend. And so basically she arrives at the house for the job. Then, with the children falling asleep, she gets ready to experience what she expects. She starts having threatening phone calls, and then they trace the phone calls, and the killer is calling from inside the house. And so Jill has to escape and also save the kids. So that's basically the premise of When a Stranger Calls, Chapter 6. This is a case where I forgot to mention in my Black Christmas review that I've never seen the original to any of them. I've only seen the remake counterparts. And this remake of When a Stranger Calls, I actually dig it. It's now, only problem, it does take a little while to get going, but when it does get going, the movie does get going. You got Simon West as the director, and he does a solid job of the directing in here. And this is written by Jake Wade Wall, the new version, who will later go on to write the crappy remake of The Hitcher. That's gonna be a rant when I get to it very soon. But the way he shoots this movie, it looks pretty good. I am fine with this movie being PG-13 rated. It doesn't bother me. And let's say the acting in here is pretty good. You got Belle in here, which Belle, is one reason why I watched this movie, because the premise kind of interested me. And Belle, I will say, she's hot in this movie. So yeah, that's fun. You also got Brian Geraghty as Bobby. He's fine in the movie. Tessa Thompson is in here as Scarlett, who will later be in Thor Ragnarok, and Tessa Thompson I have seen before in a movie called For Color Girls, which I did talk about. You also got Agent Coulson in here as the dad of Belle. That's sweet. Even though I don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I do like Agent Coulson in the MCU movies that he's in. Yeah. We also have Lance Henriksen and Tommy Flanagan, who plays the stranger, but Lance Henriksen does the voice. That's pretty awesome that they got Lance Henriksen to do the voice. when stuff starts happening in this movie, stuff starts happening. This movie is not too long, it's not too boring, it's only an hour and 27 minutes. It goes by quick. And this is one of the remakes, in my opinion, that are watchable. Because this is another one that's going into Guilty Pleasure Movie of the Week. I like that the movie, it takes the first 20 minutes from the original and then expands it into a feature-length film. I like what this remake did at. We also got the debut of the Arrowverse actress, Cassidy. And this is not the first movie I saw Cassidy in. Black Christmas was the first movie I saw Cassidy in. Then the Elm Street remake. Then in Monte Carlo. Then she was in this. And for her debut, not too bad. Cassie's still hot though. But it doesn't matter which hair color you have, brunette or blonde. But I like her more as a blonde. I mean, as a brunette on Arrow. So yeah. Good acting, good performances, good direction, good music, and a fast-paced runtime makes this movie a watchable remake, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like this one. Well, this is the only one I'm going to watch. And they were originally going to do a sequel called When a Stranger Returns, but they canceled it. So, for that, because of the good things I mentioned, only problems I do have with the movie, however, is that it does take a little while to get going with only an hour and 27 minute long time. And I felt like that I love the fact that they didn't reveal the killer's face until the end of the movie, which is how it should be done. So I will give When a Stranger Calls the remake a highly recommended, which is a B. Let me know what you guys think about When a Stranger Calls down below. I know some of you hated it. And I'll catch you guys later. And if you like this, you can come here and we can have a good time.